Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. And today, for our offerings, we wanted to connect and get excited in the co-creation, the inspiration, and the empowerment that we each have as we are moving through our very accelerated experiences of acceleration. And in this, getting excited about the timelines that we all have as a potential for each of us. Understanding that each of us are divine source creators, and we're feeling more and more as the reality around us becomes more fluid, more liquid, that we each have higher potentialities to create. And what I've been sensing and what I've been feeling is very, very soft, very, very subtle changes and shifts in the co-creative abilities. And they're opening up to us in a more multidimensional quantum universal way. So that when we say subtle, it means you can you can feel and feel into the vibratory experiences subtly as your universal essence. So feeling that you are connected and moving about the universe in varied experiences. It might be just a fleeting moment in which you feel you're at a council meeting on an off-planet world, or you can feel you're in front of children teaching on another planet, or in the forests teaching on other frequencies and dimensional timelines. And these are all they're all mirrored snapshots of what we're all co-creating downline, future perspectives, if you will, of this now moment, but giving us glimpses. Our souls are giving us glimpses of what we have to take choice in this now moment to create within. So your heart's most excited experience to co-create, being more authentic and more honing, if you will, honing in on those excitements will become more and more obvious and evident to become in full alignment with your soul's calling in these new earthly universal agreements, the soul's agreements that are now shifting and changing, because the timelines are moving and being created so quickly with our awakening into who we are as universal beings of light. The desires that we hope to see for our socioeconomic belonging, moving away from less, stringent and controlled, less integrity programs, moving into more benevolent, higher frequency programs through which service to the all is the foundation of what we co-create together. And so I wanted to do a really quick offering here, because what I felt the other day was a beautiful, fun download that I was giving myself, my soul self, my universal self was giving me, was dust off the cobwebs, it's time. Dust off the cobwebs is coming into remembrance, and this is what I've always found Ascension to be about, is we're coming into a remembrance of who we are as divine, eternal beings of love. And this coming into remembrance is our innate ability to create, our innate ability to work with energy, to work with the consciousness grids through the planetary offerings, but also work with the consciousness templates and grids throughout the all. And this is what I mean by fluid and liquid, because we are becoming more fluid and liquid in how we perceive energy. It's more subtle, because that's what the subtle body perceives and receives and sends out, is that subtle energy. And why the subtle body will illuminate and will trigger and ding, 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 the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body. And this is all an elegant program of design. And we talked about this in our mastery class that we offered this weekend for those that so desire to go to our resource library and download and that purchase of our mastery class. We talked about, and we gave some experiences of how to work with the fields and how to truly align yourself with your remembrance, just opening up in that remembrance of who you are as source, and begin working with the fields as the physical vessel that you are as a quantum being of holy light. And this quantum being of holy light that you are is driven and directed and commanded lovingly by your intention, your attention, and your focus to your new excitements. And so first we must discern and filter out, especially through these celestial alignments, the retrogrades, and all of these portals and gateways that we're aligning with, the 1111, the 1221, all of these experiences and these celestial alignments are ever deepening us to more authentic, soulful remembrance. Every time that layer of the onion or that veil is peeled, fear. And these celestial alignments allow us to release and let go of fear, transmuting it into more love so that our heart space is fully open at all times, never closing it to anyone or anything, because it's all source. And how you open your heart and allow yourself to liquidly, fluidically, very naturally and synchronistically move within every moment. You're allowing yourself to move as liquid love with source. And it's a song, and it's the breath, and it's the evolution that is source. And it's a remembrance. And we're dusting off the cobwebs of those tools that we've always had, the skills that we've always had, the creativity, the imagination, the redirection of our energy, the redirection of our focus and our attention and intention, the direction of living as a playful child, a sacred child. They were shut down and they were closed off through the individuation and what we saw around us as to how we must conform, how we must fall in line, if you will, to be normal, if you will. And these were shut down at the very earliest of ages. And I'm going to be doing a recording about my own experience as a crystalline child. And the story that is kind of resonating with me that many crystalline children may, feel connected with and feel in alignment with is the belonging, the belonging of the crystalline and starseed, and where that fits and where it stands now, and how we can begin healing and activating through the offering of oneness, the offering of our universal belonging, the offering of who we are as each universal beings and children, coming forward to play and offer our own unique creative expressions in new ways. For as each of us come forward to be the full expression of love, to be that full expression of creativity, then we have that opportunity to fully create those new timelines through which each and every one of our hearts are being threaded together to create the myriad of new earths that we are co-creating, depending on what we want to experience. And there will be a myriad of different vibrational earths that we will experience based on where each of us are at. And there are no wrong choices. It's a matter of us really allowing ourselves to live with pure and deep and rich authenticity and that deep knowing that we are source. When we get to that moment for moment remembrance, those cobwebs are dusted off, and we end up pulling from those creative resources and those creative gifts and the DNA tools and the Akashic tools that we've had within us, within the DNA, awaiting for us to say, I'm ready to claim my skills and my gifts. I'm ready to create in a new way. I'm ready to create the timeline in which this is how I can express myself freely and with great uniqueness and with great color and with great vibration. For I know that I have a magical voice and an essence that is source. And I know that there will be fears that I will peel away through that higher inner knowing as I return to my center, as I return to my higher knowingness, as I return to myself as being source with Gaia, with creation, with humanity, with the children, with nature, with wildlife, with the insects. For I'm one with the all, I get it. But it's us moving and threading ourselves in those vibrations, to work yourself in those vibrations of, what really feels good? How can I dust off what I know is within me? And I know it's just a matter of shaking off what no longer serves. I'm ready. I might not know what is coming. I might not know how I'm going to create it, but I trust God that those experiences will be brought to me. And it's not so much what I've been getting from my teams and Source is that release the idea that you've got to control and create it all. All you have to do is live synchronistically in simplicity within who you are. Just drop within your heart, and who is it that you truly want to experience yourself as? What's the vibration? Feel into the vibration, as we offered in the children's video, to redirect their world that seems to be spiraling in a way that they have no control of. And how can we redirect that into the influence that you are an influencer of your own reality? You're the total influencer. You're the creator of it. So what energies, what vibrations is it that you're truly ready to co-create within? Is it shamanism? Is it artistic? Is it global ecology? So what is it that your excitement is driving and reminding you of? Because the synchronicities that we will each be gifted will be amping up and becoming in much more varied ways. And they're very subtle synchronicities and symbols and giftings. And each and every one of these offerings is directly linked from, and always is, because everything's all connected, but we will each see that These are all of our timeline gifts, our universal gifts, our omnipresent gifts that are being threaded to us and activated from many different timelines and aspects of us, the soul that lives through us, so that we can bring these energies of heightened quantum intelligence into this earthly experience, so that we begin to create these communities of light. These communities of light are based upon and within the love and light that we are, the heart and soul of all that we are, behaving, living, threading ourselves sacredly, calling in through sound and tone, calling in through color and music, calling in through creative expression. And these are the calling in of the vibrations that live through us. And when I say call in, it means that the all quantum field is available to us, the all that is source. So when you're allowing yourself to get creative and dusting those cobwebs off of your own creative ability to create your own timeline, knowing that within the soul of all that you are, you have a team, that soul, spirit guides, your healing teams, all that you are as a soul, that Merkaba, sacred geometry shape, vibrational shape, that you call this soul forward to live through you. And this soul begins to activate you and speak with you in very subtle ways. And that's the difference between the last few months' shifts in the energy vibrations as opposed to 6 or 7 months and a year ago. Because now the communications from our teams are at a heightened frequency. And why, as a collective level, what we are all moving through is healing of all of our relationships, because we've been brought to the gates of the fifth dimension. So everything within our life, from the core, inner, outer, has to be reverberated through those fifth dimensional perspectives of energy, vibration, and offerings. How each of us goes through it is different and unique. The more we resist, the more we hold back and think we have to control, the tougher and the more challenging the ride will be. So it's in the allowance of, the opening of, the remembrance of, opening into the flow of the divine essence that we've always been. And co-creating within that allowance, co-creating within that, what's coming through me right now at this moment that I'm paying attention to, I'm present with. And that's moment for moment presence. Living within that presence to say, what is it that I truly desire for me, for as a being that I can walk and be fully in joy of being me? How can I authentically love the essence of who I am in this moment? Love being source with me right now. And how can you create those moments of what you know to be true, to come into that moment of co-creating. Because what gets me really excited is when I see myself experiencing and co-creating those higher dimensional timelines. It's not that I'm creating higher dimensional timelines. That is the intention. The intention is, what do I know to be true and believe in that really is exciting for me to feel, for me to experience? So I experience, and I'm really excited about experiencing love on many levels. I believe in love. I believe in the goodness of God. I believe in the goodness of the miracles that Spirit offers. I believe in the goodness of the elegance that Spirit is, and why I've written the books that I have, because it was such a joy and an experience of sacredness for me. Love is sacred. The essence of love is sacred. The essence of connection and communion and healing of relationships is sacred. Because it shows that you've taken yourself to that higher perspective and detached just enough so that you can look at it from the perspective of each involved as much as you can based on your awareness level, and allowing yourself to see the picture unfolding, the event unfolding, so that you can see where it needs to be healed, where it needs to be forgiven and let go, where compassion needs to be infused, where love needs to be infused, where silence needs to be infused. Perhaps you're just holding space. Perhaps there's a lesson for someone else that they really need to stand up in their own shoes and their own strength. And perhaps you're just holding space for that. So this is where we're moving into this, living from that divine heart space and what you truly believe to be true for you, your entitlement to be source. You're entitled to feel happy. You're entitled to feel love. You're entitled to be in love. You're entitled to feel the excitement of everything being sacred around you, because it is your source. Allowing yourself to fall into awareness of this and dust off the cobwebs and say, well, I can create with this essence. It's a vibration. I can get it. And just feel into it. Feel into the vibration of, wow, I believe in the goodness of God. I believe in these miracles that come to me every moment. And Source will give it to me as much as I seek it. I know that. Because it's an eternal infinite. That's the all. That is all. The all is the all, and it's ever expanding in every moment. Every time you say, I understand the all, I'm going to go there, seek it, then that expands evolution. And this is what's just mind-boggling that I get so excited about, because I really do love the expansiveness of the all. And we can bring it into this now moment in any way that you so desire. And what really is great that we can begin playing with the children in this way. Word how you co-create and have creational conversations. You know, what would you do in creation? What if you were out on a planet somewhere and you had to create this, but you didn't have gravity? What would you do? And I mean, offer these questions as explorationary, intimate fun. These are intimate ways to dust off the cobwebs and allow that conversation of our universality to be ignited, because it's within each of us. How can we inspire one another? How can we reach up and far beyond the unimaginable? How can we attain those miracles and synchronicities that we call in because we're seeking it, because we know it's there. We believe in the goodness of God, Spirit, Source Creator, the all that is, the infinite intelligent design that is within all of us, all life, all life. And it just gets so exciting to say that these timelines are fanning out from every time that each and every one of us just has fun. Just soak within the essence of all that you are as a soul of love and just say, this love is expansive. Love, the most powerful frequency, and all that is sustained and influenced by love. So how may we bring this frequency of love and just allow it to be with us in all things, thought, word, and deed? Just be the essence of love, the vibration of love. I believe in the goodness of love, for you know what? I am love. I am love. My cells, the atoms, the very center of all that I am is a potent river of love that I can set free if I so choose. Set free with intention, attention, and focus. Yeah, you know what? I'm creating something. I have no idea what's going to happen, but you know what? I'm playing with these fields. It feels good. I'm in alignment with Source. My voice is coming forward. I feel so excited. My body temperature, my cells, my chakras, it's all moving. I get it. And we co-create in this way. We bring spirit into matter. We bring matter into form. We're miracle workers, dear ones. It's up to us to say, I'm ready for it. I'm entitled for a miracle. I am living Source. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to see that this day was special just because I'm here. I'm here to co-create in a new way because I believe that I've let go of what no longer serves. I've let go of the limitation that what I thought was okay behavior is not okay now, because now I want to live in the sacred vibration of love. Love is sacred. When you heal with the vibration of love, you see the sacredness of what is gifted in that moment through that alchemic transaction that is love. When you heal someone just for a moment with a loving word or a touch or a smile, that's love. That's God with God, Creator with Creator, you as Creator. We each have it. We each are here as unique individuals, the spiders weaving the webs of our own creation. We are weaving the dream. We are the dream weavers. We are the shape shifters. So what vibration, what excitement, what exhilaration, what exaltation may you call in this moment to say, I'm going to begin. This is going to be fun. Might not remember, might not know how, but I'm going to open up to Source, and I just know if I call in for it, it's going to be given. And it might be in an hour, 2 hours from now as I'm driving or doing a chore or doing something around the yard, that it will just be given to me because that's how I live. I live in the essence of Source, moment for moment now. I'm present. I'm present with love as it flows through me. I'm present as love as it's offered to me. I am present with love as it's invited into my life in new ways, so that I may expand and I may exalt who I am within love, how I am able to contribute, how I am able to engage and participate at a new level as love. For in every moment, dear ones, make no mistake about this, you are each offered a new moment to accelerate, to accentuate, and to participate in love in new ways. Make no mistake about that. The more that you are allowing yourself to explore and seek the infinite ways that love is available to you, it will be there. And that's the infinite all miraculousness of Source. You want to seek out to the highest realms of creation, there'll be something there for you to seek. Make no mistake. Make no mistake, make no mistake. There are councils and beings and consciousness groups coming together right now, starting to put together that spirit matter of what you've just thought of. Make no mistake about that, instantaneous, boom, now. This is the source within all things, quantum interaction, alchemically moving and shifting through excitement and love and sacred play. You are children of Source. You are pure love. And it takes us to move through the transitions and to move through the Akashic remembrances, through the owning of the soul, through the claiming of the soul, through the releasing of what no longer serves, and realigning through recalibration, through these accelerated energies. How quickly one can recalibrate to the center point of Source within. That yes, you might be moving through something challenging, you might see something that's destructive or damning or very hurtful, but you can return to your center quickly with a moment of a breath, because breath is the recalibration. Your intention is recalibration to heart center. And intend to open within full, open heart love, acceptance and allowance for what you're seeing and observing, and how we are all a part of it. And how we can all be a part of healing and activating something new, recreating something new. And honoring the relationships and healing the relationships so that we're in remembrance of our oneness. For when it's time for us to be in contact with our celestial and galactic universal families, there will be much differences and uniqueness far beyond what we ever experience here upon Earth. But it's here upon Earth that we're learning these lessons of oneness so that we can reach out to our galactic and universal oneness with ease and peace and harmony. And we're reaching from our hearts, not from our minds or from greed or from control or from resources. It's the inner seeking of the soul. And why there will be those myriad of earths that each person will create for themselves. Because there's various infinite number of beings that are at infinite perspectives of their path and journey. And there will be earths that will be very sacred and spiritual, experiencing that experience of earth. There will be earths that will be experiencing the transition from the monetary to spiritual earth. There's many, many different shifts and timelines that are fanning out that will be purely creative and exploratory. They will have aspects of the all within it all. And so it's time. When we say dust off the cobwebs, it's time. It's time for that reconnection at your soul, the center of your soul, the divine sacred heart, your sacred altar of where you are and who you are with Source. And just open in divine sacred communion. I'm ready to feel love and to be love in new ways, that it's going to allow me to co-create in the highest timeline that's possible for me. Don't know what it looks like, but I know that there's creative gifts that I have to share that's going to help others, that's going to serve others, that's going to serve my soul song, genuinely, authentically, and with great excitement, with great reverence, with great humility. And that's the full alignment of who you are as a sacred being of light, your creative ability to start directing and commanding lovingly the all that you are, and begin to fan out into a vibration that really feels good and exciting for you. And you have many teams and beings that are with you that are connecting the information that you need. Opening into the portals of light and the star codes that feed you the information and the wisdoms and the books and the people to connect with, so that we open up into these co-creative experiences that serve the all. And each of us come with a different path to offer. Each of us come with different authenticity to offer, and it's meant to be that way. And that's when we heal those aspects of lower vibration energies, like jealousy or comparing ourselves to others or feeling as if you're not enough, the lack of. And these are journeys we all must take. They are. There is no hill for ascension. There isn't. It's about the pure allowance of each of us in every moment. Those 4 vibrations that we've talked about, that through any ascension process, awakening, enlightenment, whatever we want to call it, it is the forgiveness and the acceptance and the compassion and the unconditional love, those 4 vibrations that we each must go through and peel off layer by layer by layer of lack, limitation, and limitation of who we are as a universal essence of love, omnipresent love. It must require that we accept ourselves unconditionally, those moments of shadow energies that come forward for us to deal with. And that's why we have the retrogrades. That's why we have the celestial alignments. Because even the most evolved people and those moving through enlightenment will still have It's an infinite journey. It's an infinite evolutionary process. And we're each dealing with more and more subtle energies that we release and recalibrate really quickly. And as we're moving through the self-acceptance and the forgiveness, and moving through the shadow energies, what we wanted to say is that as these energies are accelerating globally and collectively, that we're recalibrating our bodies much more quickly. So that what took months and years to move through a healing from an Akashic timeline, through calling in your soul fragment and healing and honoring and accepting and forgiving and compassion and love that we've talked about. Those 4 healing vibrations that take you into another vibrational experience. That spiral of experience is now happening much more quickly. So what may have taken you 2 lifetimes to heal a persecutory experience that's in your consciousness template will take you a week. And it might be every morning for that week you're dealing with those dark, shadowy energies and bringing it back in for self-love and self-examination, reflection, and moving into a higher integration of who you are as source. And so they're happening really, really quick. I've noticed in my own experience that what used to happen on a monthly basis is now happening on a daily basis. And it's for the mornings. And once the morning, around 1 or 2 o'clock, it's like a different reality. Because my body and my energy fields are spending the morning clearing out eons of debris, eons of density. Whether that density is a thought form, because every thought that you think is in your field. It's in your field, every thought. If you continue to claim it and own it as yours, it will stay there and it will become a block or a density. And it will discolor your aura, your light aura. And so doing the daily self-care that we've offered through your multidimensional bodies, through calling in your teams, clearing and cleansing your multidimensional fields, and at a daily practice to say what occurred today that I can release and let go of, so that it doesn't become those clogs in your field or in your bodies, your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body, or your etheric body, your etheric fields, the fields and the threads that we all exist within, and how to care for ourselves in a multidimensional way that we actually move forward co-creating in our own genius. We're carrying ourselves as light because we are. We're caring for ourselves as light because we are. We're loving ourselves as light because we are. So dust off the cobwebs, dear lighted ones. We are light. And thank you, Source Creator. Thank you, the Heavenly Councils. Thank you to the Elohim and the Christ Collective and the Archangels for always being with us. And thank you for the consciousness of Gaia, for allowing us to tap into our divine souls and our hearts, for allowing us so patiently to remember our entwinement, our entanglement, and our love with you, Gaia. And we hope that we co-create in these communities of light in higher vibrational ways in which every aspect of life, every being on our planet is brought to the heartfelt resolution of the same oneness and the unity that we are all, divine sacred children of Earth. Sacred child, sacred human, sacred Earth. We are all sacred. And in this, dear lighted ones, we say thank you and namaste. Happy co-creating, and reach far and beyond, because you are worthy of this. You are a miracle in the making. Make no doubt about this. Amen.